Oh, but yes, why do you have to break all my things? Ah! Because that my microphone wasn't working. But it should be fixed now. Ah. Screwy things, I guess. I don't friggin' know. Maybe I accidentally unplugged it at one point, and OBS is like, hey, screw you, buddy. I don't know. Otherwise, hello! How is, well, everybody doing tonight? If I were to say how I'm doing tonight, I would say, better than yesterday, but still meh. That's the best way to put it, I guess. Otherwise, weekend, uneventful, best way to describe it. I mean, I played some board games on Tabletop Simulator with Dee Dee and his family because it was his sister's birthday, and I just happened to be there, and I kind of feel sort of like a jerk, but they said, yeah, sure, come play. It's like, okay, I'm terrible. And that's what I did on my weekend. Other than that, work's kind of a pain in the butt, but work's always a pain in the butt. How about yous? And don't worry. We're worried about Pokemon Uranium tonight and the quest of Mountain Dew. I got good news. I still have Mountain Dew. Bam. You finally learned how to aim. I don't know, dude. That seems like something you should learn early on. Can you direct the supposed confirms rumors saying? Ooh. Was there? Was that the direct that, what was it? Pretty much, the only thing that I saw from that direct, at least in my YouTube feed, was that, Untitled Goose Game is apparently getting multiplayer on the Switch. I don't even know if that's local or anything, I just saw that, and that's fantastic, because that game, it deserves as much, deserves as much attention as it gets, because to me, it's just that kind of game where it's like, yeah, it's a good game. Personally, never played it, but I've seen enough playthroughs on the YouTubes and every time to be like, yep, if co-op came out and I had a roommate, you darn tootin' I'd probably sit down and play with him on that. Ooh, Subnautica. Nice. In case you're wondering, I'm going back to the town so that I can actually heal. But I'm also going to fight the trainers along the way that I skipped. Because if you remember, there's no Pokemon Center in that town. It kinda sucks. But at the same time, it's also kinda neat. Anger Boy, can you punchitize the Whimsicott? That works. Whoopah! I'm actually surprised that you're faster than Whimsicott. Now you're not. Yep. Figured no way Anger Boy's faster than a Whimsicott with a 50% speed boost. So, I guess on your note of finally learning how to aim in Overwatch, how is it hard to aim in Overwatch? Is there something specific that I don't know about it? Because, personally, never played it, so I can't state one way or another. But, ow. No, you're just really bad at aiming? Fair enough! And, to be fair, that is nothing wrong with that. Because, oh, I'm just going to pick up this game, be able to play fantastic. No, it doesn't work that way. Somehow you're golden competitive. To be fair, that really comes down to... The music disappeared, that was spooky. But, being high in those kind of things really just goes to show you, one, regardless of how bad you are at aiming, how decent you are at playing with other players. Look at that, the berries disappeared again as soon as I clicked it. It's only on that tree, though. What's special about that tree? But, crap, what was I gonna say? Other than the fact that Overwatch game Mike hasn't played, would probably be terrible at, but then again... Okay, not to toot my own horn, I guess I'll say this because I know that Barry would say it if he was here. He'd be like, no, Mike, you'd be fantastic at those kind of games, because you're always good at those. Like, yeah, no! I'm not good. I would do terrible. Do something stupid and ruin everything. Why I don't play many competitive games anymore. But no. What I was thinking, what I wanted to mention that your talk of Overwatch... Yeah, look, the berries disappeared again! I didn't even hit yes or no. What happens if I hit no? Ooh, spooky berries. But I'd seen that a game came out recently that is a battle arena, and I'm pretty sure if you've been on the YouTubes or anything like that, you've probably seen it, but it looked like one that I could probably sit down and play for quite a long time. And that's, what is it called? I want to say it's called Fall Guys or something? And yeah, I don't know if I should actually try playing that or not. It looks fantastic, though. Like, just the kind of game that I'd be like, yep, I'm into this. I don't know how long I'd be able to play it in one sitting, but... Also, it's one of those I'd like to be able to grab somebody else to play with, too, but I don't know. I don't know how the co-op is in it. I just know that you can apparently invite someone. 'Cause I watched a video of somebody playing it, and yeah, it looked very interesting. Like, it has fun, goofy look to it. Speaking of which, even in that YouTube video, he explained that, yeah, this game has kind of a rocky launch. And he's like, why? What? I was wondering what happened. And so he explained the game itself, the developers, the servers are not good. But it's not that they're not good so much as they're just stressed because developers had no idea that the game would launch to such popularity. Like, apparently it hit it off really fast. And all the servers that they had were under way too much stress from people going on. And the guy who was watching was even like, yeah, you know what? It sucks, but I wish this kind of success on any developer. Like, yeah, that makes sense. So... it was. Although, if you think about it, something of that sort does make sense that it is a hit. But I don't think anybody could have predicted how much of a hit it apparently was. Doesn't change that I would want to play it. I'd play it. I'm out of my hipster phase. That was like 10 years ago, man. Scary stuff. That scary time when you can start referencing things that happened 10 years ago in your life. Although I guess at this point, Minecraft was almost 10 years ago. Or was it 10 years ago when the alpha build came out? Around to that. Oh, Minecraft. Final Fantasy 14? Ooh. I've never played 14. Is it a pay game? It's Final Fantasy 14's the MMO, right? The one that they made, and it was so bad that they burnt it to the ground and used that as like the plot for the new release of it, or something like that. Ah. Anger Boy's already at half health. Why must everything try to hurt poor old Anger Boy so bad? Why is everything Psy Beams? I'm not allowed to play Pokemon. I quit! I'm going to bed! Jeez. I should have known better. The first one was a psychic, the second one's a psychic. How do these things work? Let's get Hermituar in here. Nope. True story. Cannot think of even slightly what Hermituar's actual Pokemon name is. It's like Coca Crab or some crap. I know what Pokemon he was. He was that little leafy crab that I can't even remember its name. But now he's just a monster hunter monster. That's fine. It's also kind of sad. That's always the funniest thing when it comes to, like, new Pokemon games. And if you nickname Pokemon, is you will always see them as that Pokemon and not as their actual name. Like, one that I will always probably refer to as Poppy is Hatterene. Hatterene? Whatever the heck it's called. Because we had Poppy. And I liked Poppy. And she died. Oh yeah. Rip Poppy. Hello, Duck! How's it going? Pokemon died! In case you're wondering how I do. I'm terrible. From Psybeam Rocks. And I just had a long grinding session last stream. No more Jungle's Crown for Anger Boy. He was just too angry, I guess. I was apparently not smart enough to remember that that rock is Psychic type. Especially considering the headphone thingy is also Psychic type. I should have figured that the trainer did Psychic types. Goodbye, Anger Boy. I'm sorry. No Gen 1, apparently. Alright, who's replacing them? Dugant? Dogant? Misery, Dogant. We do have Gen 2. You think we'll bring Dogant? Dogant? We'll bring the Dogant. Dogant should evolve in like one level. Although we do have 2 fire types. No, we're not bringing Dogant. I don't want to have 3 fire types. Although the next gym is fire type. Maybe? Don't want to bring our nuclears because they won't listen. We really need to find a way to make that not be a problem. Could bring Misery. Let's bring Misery. I just finished grinding almost. I guess I can go back quickly, try grinding up Pyroar and Misery. Let me get Misery's picture back at the bottom. That's the plan. Chuck the XP share on Misery while I grind up Pyroar back at where we were grinding. We spent the whole last time grinding and then I go and immediately screw it up. Like, immediately! We've been going for 10 minutes! Immediately. Oh well. Otherwise, how you been, Duck? You doing fantastic? Are you having stream problems? I'm having stream problems. The Lucky Egg to Pyroar. Pyroar in the front. Where do we go? I could go into the forest, it's just the problem is it's kind of a long run to get from there to here. Screw it, we'll do it. Still probably the best place to go. Because they are the highest level. It's scenic! The Crown Tundra release date. Ooh. What level were we waiting for Pyroar to use the Firestone on? Was it like 32? I don't remember. There was... What attack was it that I was waiting for? I don't know. Shiny Pyroar don't care about no boog. Kablam! Dead Spoony. Bonnie. Flamethrower? Was it Flamethrower? If it was Flamethrower, then maybe it's not worth it to wait. Just because Pyroar, I think, is a physical attacker. Although, actually, special attack's right up there. Never mind. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it is. Haven't heard Pokemon Uranium in ages? Well, I hear it every week! No. But I proceed to die constantly. I made... Well, good job being happy. I'm happy I made you happy. Hooray, happiness all around. Thank you, Drado. If you ever want to catch me stream at another time, I do stream Mondays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Central Time. Mondays are Pokemon, Fridays are... Actually, right now, I don't know what Friday's going to be. But I also stream on other times randomly, and if you're wondering why today's Tuesday, it's because I missed yesterday because I had a migraine. It was bad. Because we already have extreme speed. What attack was I waiting on? What the heck is Chikotl? Today's Wednesday? Wait, I can actually check this. No, it says it's Tuesday. Unless my calendar's wrong. Which, again, would not surprise me. Ah, time zones would do it, yes. That's very different, but also makes perfect sense. Oh, where's the sound effect on Leech Seed? Medium, you dropped the ball on that one. Fight it. The future isn't fun? Well, I have to know, if you're from the future, I have one simple question. Do more of my Pokemon die because I'm stupid? Tonight. Because I have to specify tonight. Because if I don't, then, it's just all the time. In the future, does World War IV break out? Ooh. Ah. Dang. Okay. Better question. No, actually, I lost my question. Pyroar, stop dying. Pyroar! Oh god, it has Pursuit. Its Pursuit dealt 6 damage. And I'm at 12 HP. Do I have anything to heal still? I still have 6 Super Potions, 6 Hypers. Okay. You know, we're fine. We're fine. What berries do I got? Lots of berries. I have no idea what a Guara berry. It actually looks very painful to eat. Citrus berry. Let's burn a super, I guess. Ugh, the sleep! It's killing me! Oh, boy. The worst part is... No! I don't want Pyroar to die. Everybody gets incredibly upset when I kill a shiny again. Like, I do that too often. Guara berries heal freeze. Okay. They look painful to eat. On the plus side, at least in Pyroar's case, I didn't kill him before I caught him. Yeah. I will remember that picky peck too. Hey! I never said I was good at Pokemans. That is one of those things that you need to quickly learn about me playing the Pokemans is I am very the bad. Actually, we've had 2 shinies in this run, thinking about it. No, for 55 accuracy move, they did it. The Pokemans? Yeah. But do you want to be the Pokemanners? Man pokes, Pokemons? Are they Pokemons? Pokemans? Pokemon? Man pokes? That sounds dirty. Just a little bit. Man of pokes. I poke you with a pen. Oh. Did I? I believe I claimed actually, you know what? I might have claimed I'm good at Pokemon. I think I claimed I'm good at Dark Souls. That one I know I claimed. This is when it makes me think that I need a thinky emote. Curse you! Not being able to have more than 1 emote available for subs. Curse you, Twitch! Tikiki. Pyro, why are you at 8 HP? Did you get hit with Pursuit and I didn't realize it? I think I got hit with Pursuit and didn't even realize it. Uh-huh. It's a brain fish. No, I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the saddest things about Pokemon Uranium. Is Twitch doesn't have Pokemon Uranium as a thing, so it just all says Pokemon Platinum. Oh well. Again, my screen's all plugged. Not fix it. And now I'm asleep on Miko. I have emotes. Not many. What sub emotes do I have? None. I have Twitch Prime and I'm still never subbed to anybody. I am a jerk. I really should. That's channel on Sword and Shield is Uranium. Nice. Let me see. Karate! Wow. Whoever NKO is has a lot of emotes. The cheese! I mean... considering how often I cheese fights in games, fairly often. It's all about that cheese. Hey look, he doesn't have my emote. Look at that Dragoon's emote. Hiding all the way at the end. Go get rid of the sleepage. C+. Why is there a C+ emote? Somebody making fun of my test scores? I'll have you know, I got a solid B- when I don't try. When you aren't a D-. Hey, there's one thing I learned from one of my friends is D's get degrees. And now he makes over 80,000 Buckazoids a year. So he'd make more, but he doesn't want to leave. C+ stream. I'll take a C+. If my stream is rated a C+, that's actually better than I could hope for. Because that means I get a passing grade. And to be fair, I'd like to get a B, but I just have to score better on my other things. Except Lord knows I'm not scoring high on my keeping up with YouTube stream dumps. I passed the stream school! Hooray! I'm now adequate! Hooray for being adequate! Wonder what emotes I have. Is there all those ones that I got just from other people subbing? Let me see. Massive level spike? Let's see. Frequently used ones. Well, I got these one, and these one on my channel. I got 4 from Haha Holidays. Whatever streamer love is. Stream with pride. A bunch of ones that are unlocked, but I'm not gonna do those. And then globals. Rain is frozen because I'm putting in emotes that I have. That I think are somewhat special? I don't friggin' know. I mean, other than the first two. Because I could have put the hello one for mine, but nah. I got the other two that you could get if you subbed at tier 2 and 3. Don't do that. Not worth it. You know what? I should just try to get to the cave. If I get to the cave, there's no rain. And then I can kill the bugs in there. Get out of that pyro. We're not dealing with crazy monkey. Freaking rain makes it so... Ay, ay, ay. Yep. Nope. Nymph new. Spooky bug. Durgan bug? No idea where Master Chief and Silverhand came from. Fish! Cat with fish. Alright. I kinda wish we got this bug instead of s'more. But oh well. Cat guns! No, cat gun is part of the other game I'm playing right now. Cat gun and Ren Ren are in the other one, in Disgaea 4. All hail Cat Gun and Ren Ren. Trace is pretty cute. I will still say, if there's one thing that I love the most in Pokemon Uranium, it's the bugs. The 3 bugs, S'more, Triceu, and Spoony. I love all 3 of them. I love that they each have one evolution that they can get at 20, or if you do a specific thing, you can evolve it into the colony's queen, which all 3 of them can turn into. Which I just think is really good. And yeah, Uranium does have cute things. Although it's also really bad at making just okay things. Usually they have the spectrum of, that's cute, and that's cool, but there's not really anything in between. Like, they go from... I guess they have the... What the heck is that going too on some of them. Yeah... Don't like Miko's evolution either. You're not alone in that one. Although I have... Of the 2 ones I have... Stitch? Stitch, right? And, Misery. I don't know what they evolve into. Yeah, it is Stitch. Hooray, I remember names! And okay, it's bothering me now, because I've still been sitting here thinking of it. Hermitaur is a cocancer. Okay, like coconut. Cocancer. Got it. I'll forget it again a little bit. It's just I've still been thinking, what is its actual name? Coconut cancer. No, cancer like the crab in space. Space crab. Oh, the power of space crab. I'll still be sad when we end up evolving Pyroar, because I've seen what it looks like when it evolves, and it's like, aww. That's sad. And I'll have to open up and edit the evolutions picture too to be purpley blue. Hooray for purpley blue. Drink your Mountain Dew. Or in my case, off-brand. This stream's sponsored by, I guess, Walmart. And by sponsored, I mean they didn't give me anything. I mean, technically, I guess, at one point they gave me a case of off-brand Diet Mountain Dew for $1 because it was broken and one can was missing. So it's like, oh no, we can't sell that. Pokemon Cafe Mix? I've heard of that and I looked at it. What the flub was it? like a minigame collection, right? Or am I thinking of it wrong? Now, if anything, Pokemon doesn't pass multi-million downloads, something would be wrong. Especially if it's official. You know, it comes from fish. Now we're fighting boobs. Oh, we need some grinding music. Grinding music so that we can get the stream muted. Like usual. Kind of imagine... Yeah. Is it? Well, that's good. If I remember right, wasn't, like, Nintendo's last foray into free-to-play done extremely bad? What was it, the Kirby game? There was a Kirby game that was free-to-play. I don't know if it was mobile, but... Oh god, was that bad. Like, there's a difference between pay for convenience and pay for literally not spending 2 weeks to unlock the bottom of the barrel things. Okay. I wish these bugs gave more experience. Just gonna say that right now. Wish their evolutions were here. Because then again, we couldn't fight the, Bungie one. Yeah! If I remember right, the Mario Kart monetization was also brutal. Like, just the worst. Need flamethrower. There's the bug that should give us more experience. Should. No, really. Pokemon Uranium. Fun game. But I really do have to say they need something to alleviate the grinding. Especially since they have a Nuzlocke mode. Yeah, that's, Wait, wasn't Fire Emblem Heroes the, gacha game? Like the one, like the random hero buy thingy? Yeah. Yeah, never... There's a simple thing to think about. They're called gacha games. Now, if you just spell it slightly different, they spell got-ya. As in, they got ya money. Don't play gacha games. I don't care how good they are. They are evil. Oh boy. I hate them so much. Because my problem when it comes to gacha games is, mind you, I still never play mobile games, period, but that's a different reason. Hey! There are evolved ones here. And what if you play a gacha game free-to-play style? That's fine to an extent. But you have to be careful with that, because just because you're playing it free-to-play style doesn't mean that it's effective in any way. Ouch, Nightshade. Deadly Nightshade. Is Boog. But let's have Miko. Like, the problem with gacha games, and heck, even if you do play it free-to-play, this will always be my biggest problem with a gacha game. If they are always 100% random. Like, if you're buying a thing, and it is always random. I do not care at all how monetized it is. If you cannot effectively just sit there and aim for a goal of getting this thing and deterministically farm it, then, in my eyes, it is a terrible game. Like, there are ways that you can get around it if it's not, like, something you need, but, like, if it's a gacha game where you're severely neutered for not having something, that's pretty bad. What is an example of that? I know I've played a game, as well as seen other games played that were like that. But, nah. Like, even if you have a slot machine type thing, if there's not a, like... A good example of it is, let's say you're playing a free-to-play game, and they have the most dangerous thing ever, loot boxes. Why is it not raining all of a sudden? Okay. If the game wants to decide it's not raining outside anymore, then I can kill the things out here. But, if you're playing a free-to-play game and they have loot boxes, they aren't inherently evil. If you have loot boxes, but let's say you release loot boxes, they have just cosmetics in them, as they should. But those cosmetics are only available in the loot box. That's fine, as long as if you were patient and waited, say, I don't know, 3 months to 6 months, you could then go to the shop and buy those. Everything that came out of it. Like, they don't stay 100% exclusive. Haha! You on fire, Ketzoral! Ow! But you burned to death. Haha! Crazy bird. Like Angry Birds, except not quite as, merchandisable. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased against gacha games because, back when I played MapleStory, they had a thing in it, what was it called? Was it just the gacha machine? Yeah, it was the gachapon. You could buy with real money. Wow, I didn't even move. You could buy with real money tickets to put into the gachapon, and it would give you a random actual item. Now, here's the problem with those random actual items is there were very few. Like, you had maybe a 1 in 200 chance of getting something slightly useful, of getting one of the items that was actually decent. Not even counting the ones that are actually really good, especially at the time. And there was no other way to get those. And I watched a few people I know. I won't name specifically which people they were. I'll tell you right now, they weren't Dee Dee or Barry, so I guess I could name other people. But, point being, is they spent way too much money on these things. And to show for it, they came out of it with next to nothing. Like, as in, hundreds of dollars into these slot machine item things. And came out with nothing. It's terrible. I mean, they came out with stuff, but the best way to think about it is, I can tell you with MapleStory, he spent literally $100 on something that each ticket costs you, I think it was 70-something cents. And if you bought them in bulk, you got them for downwards to 50 cents. If you bought them in a $50 pack, it's about 2 $50 packs. And the item he was going for were a pair of gloves called Storm something gloves. I don't even remember. Why is it raining now? It wasn't raining before. It was because I was in the cave and I came out of the cave and it stopped the rain for some reason. It only rains depending on where you come in from. But yeah, he ended up coming out of it with none of those gloves. He got a few of the other decent items, but it was in no way a way for him to recoup what he spent on it. Oh, it's still raining. Why is it... Maybe if I just go in and go out until it stops raining. Because I want it to not be raining out here. Why was it not raining that one time? Maybe I need to get in a fight. Don't understand this. Kind of want to see what this bug evolves into, because I've seen the other two all over the place, but this little bee bug thing? Nope, only seen its tiny version that I can remember. I check my Pokedex, because I am actually curious. Oh, still raining. My Pokedex. There's Spawny. Nope, only seen Trickway. Trickway? Trickway. Oh, rain. Rain, rain, go away. Please stay away for all the days. Why was it just not raining at one time? Like it waited until I was just ready to... Until I couldn't have grinded on anything out there. Oh well. Flamethrower! Yes. Get rid of... Do I risk it evolving into a physical attacker just to get Flamethrower? Alright. Okay, I'm starting to think this game's glitching out all of a sudden. Let's get rid of Flame Wheel. Alright. That was the only move I was thinking that I needed, so... In Fuego Stone for Pyroar. Aww, it's cute. I love it. Again, I love the bugs. Not a fan of this, but eh. And I guess it's not as bad as the other pictures I've seen make it look. Come on, Uranium. Inflagetta? Inflagetta! Like cheetah? Influm-cheetah. Apparently, Mega Inflagetta, by the way. Let's go. Yaw. The picture. Yep. Image. Hold on. Then I need to go... Art programs. Open. Inflagetta. Okay. There we go. Just the hue and saturation. And it's a purplish color. That. Saturated a bit. Looks good. Save it. And... 3. Bam. Oh, that's tidy. Doesn't really show up too well at that size, does it? Oh well. Too bad for you, Inflagetta. Alright, let's look at Pyroar now. Alright, still got that lucky egg. Jolly. Physical attacker. I knew it! Also, lots of speed. Speed-based attacks does more damage? What? Like, speed-based attacks? Like, Electro Ball? You're a fire type. Quick fire boy. Speed-based attacks. Extreme speed? Quick attack? Things with quick and things like that in their name? Hello, Knight! How's it going? I evolved Pokemans. My roar is now in Flagetta. And has flamethrower. Dead. How you doing, Mr. Nitervan? Still raining? Why was it not raining that one time? Is there any way for me to make it not rain anymore? Whoa! Spawnery. You're actually a water type. But if I remember right, not the most offensive, but still, I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh! As in any of the moves that are just, have priority. It says speed moves, but it's like priority moves is what it means to say. Flame Impact? The heck is Flame Impact? It would have done to punch. Done to punch. Get out of here, Spoonery. Mach Punch. What other moves I would get that are speed-based? Rain Stop? Nope. 65 power priority move. That's not bad. 65 power fire priority move? I mean, most priority moves are only 40 power, right? Except for like first impact. Or first impression, not first impact. Looking at that speed, that list, what's Instant Crush? That's also an interesting name. Instant Crush. I like it. Other than that, can't imagine learning anymore. Sudden Strike? I don't think that is actually a normal move. Whoopah! Super Speed. Dead Smoes. I don't hear rain. User compresses with psychic power. 60 battle points too. That's pretty good. Baroque! Baroque, either Farouk or Faroki will always make me think of Tatsunoko versus Capcom, because that game had a system called Baroque, where you could pretty much use that to animation cancel, but the announcer always said Baroque every time you did it, and I just, for some reason, that specifically stuck in my head. No, I was never good at Tatsunoko versus Capcom, but I had fun playing it. That said, it was a certain individual, but I don't worry about him anymore. Nah, I was okay playing with him too, sometimes. Well, don't feel bad. I'm not good at any fighting games either. I can say I can play them, at least. I understand the basics. I'm not what I would ever consider competent. Although, I guess maybe I can say I'm competent, at least a little bit. In Smoosh Brothers, at least Smash Brothers Brawl a long time ago. Just because I will always remember when I went to a convention before, participating in the actual use the easy mode button spam. Woo! Hooray for Unga characters. But no, I participated in a tournament at a convention I went to. I think it was Colossal Con? But at the Smash Brothers Brawl tournament, and I got to the semifinals. Out of like 90 people? A lot of people? Neither have I really, but a lot of people do, so I'm bringing it up. But The thing to note about my quest to the semi-final... No, it wasn't semi. It was quarterfinals. Like, it was 3 rounds away from the finals, but still. We already had 1 die, Drado! We don't need another die! But I got to the quarterfinals, specifically using only random. Because I didn't care what character I got. I didn't try to win. I was just doing it for funsies. And yet, I got a judge called on me once. For choosing random. Which is kind of funny. But that was at a different tournament that happened. Yeah. Well, to be fair, playing online is very different than playing couch co-op on any fighting game. Except maybe Skullgirls. But even then, you will get the crap beaten out of you. Because people who still play that game are usually pretty good. And I don't care if it's raining, I'm going outside. Pokemon out there just have more experience. Why was it not raining that one time? Is there a way for me to influence the rain? Did you act? No! No one needs to die. Well, okay, to be fair, 1 did die. So we already met your quota, Drado. But you try and make it more die. Look at Drado, he's got my... Wait a minute. How'd you get my doodly-doo? I didn't get no pop-ups for that. Theo looks cooler by the end of the game. Yeah, now I know you're yanking my chain. Theo, little Teddy, look cool. I mean, have you seen Teddy? He's a doofus. You big hacks. Makes sense. Big hacks. Wait, does Teddy get mutated by radioactivity? Oh boy. You're gonna make me want to check other things to see if it says, hey, this guy did this thing. Am I fighting Pokemon that are high alone in another round? Why are they so low? Also, I really wish Bite killed him in 1 hit. Ow. Dang monkey tiki thing. I bite your freaking mask off. What you get for being Aku Aku? Or Uka Uka? We're not playing Crash Bandicoots. Not playing no Dark Souls of platformers. Okay, to be fair, I also was never that good at the Crash Bandicoot games. Why is there Mountain Dew? Because we are Mountain Dew! Because that's my name. My name is Mountain Dew, see? Don't ask me why. I still sit here and think, why did I do that? I know why I did that, actually, but that doesn't really mean much. Because... Okay, so, story of what happened, if you want, I'll run you through my full brain when it was going that. I have to drink this Mountain Dew. Ew. Mine's diet, so it doesn't get sticky in the top of my mouth. Also, for the record, don't drink soda while streaming. It is actually not good for your throat. So, you're drinking me in a can. So, what happened, why I named myself Mountain Dew, is our first run of Pokemon Uranium, we died. I died really badly. So we started a second run on the next stream. Let's just say the second run didn't go any better. And as a matter of fact, it went a total of like 3 battles. We beat Teddy. No, it went 4 battles. Exactly 4 battles. We beat Theodore. We left town. We caught a Pokemon. We fought another Pokemon. And then we fought a trainer and lost. That's how Run 2 went. So, took like half an hour. At that time, I was still like, what the crap? And I was starting up the next one. I was like, well, I don't even know what to go. What do we name our trainer? I'm just looking around and stuff's like, I have this can on my desk. We'll name myself Mountain Dew. Is anybody okay with me naming myself Mountain Dew? And we're like, meh. So we named myself Mountain Dew. Yeah, in the time it would take people to go to the bathroom and have a chat with someone in their apartment or in their house, I started a run and lost a run. Or in the time it takes somebody to pour a bowl of cereal and eat a bowl of cereal. Or take a shower if you take long showers. I gotta be good at something. To be fair, that was not my shortest run. I've had shorter. But hilarious thing. Game before this was Pokemon Sacred Gold. But before that was... Wait, how did Sacred Gold's second run go? I don't even remember. But, before that we were doing Pokemon Glazed Blaze, Pokemon Donut Land, and... That's a good point! That one battle against May back in Omega Ruby was longer. But... back in Glazed Blaze, a very similar thing happened. Start up the second run, walk out the door, and die. Apparently just really good at immediate death. I think I'm going back to the place I was grinding at before. Next, your name your next after you. You will need it. Yep. That sounds about right. After you... I mean, we don't have any Pokemon we can catch, so we couldn't name one after you. And you would still have to get selected by the wheel. Right. Snacko! Snacko? Snako? Why isn't it raining now? I don't understand this game! You can kill what you dread. Why do you think there are units in other games called Dread Knights and you kill them all the time? Nice! Although, let's be honest, nobody cares about... Okay, I will still always have the opinion of, I don't like Gen 2. I don't. But OP weapon proof. I don't know. But I can't name myself Dread, because I'm not Dread. If I was Dread, then who would you be? Would you be Mike? You were me. I'm sorry. But no, I have to be me. Dreado? You would be Dreado. And then I would be Dread. Then who would be O? Now I'm confusing myself. Wow. You know, I should have seen that quote coming. I really, really should have seen that one coming. That's what I get for opening my big old pie hole. Oh well. Just a few more levels here. I should see a lot of things coming and I don't. Also, I guess now is not a bad time to say I slightly apologize for... Snore is a special attack. Eh? Special. But I want to slightly apologize for Friday's stream. Just because I kind of knew it was going to happen as soon as three random people that I had no idea who they were showed up for the Jackbox stream. It's kind of known that random people on the Twitch, not usually the best people to play the Jackbox with. Like, seriously! Lots of obsession with genitalia! And other things. And I'm okay with it to a certain point, but I don't know. The first half of the stream wasn't fun. The latter half was honestly a lot of fun, but what can you do? Maybe next month we'll have a better Jackbox. And you know what? I'm turning on grinding music. Yeah, pretty much when you showed up, Knight, it was better. Monster Seeking Monster's still always a fun time. Knight, the Jackbox hero. Is that like being a jukebox hero? Jackbox hero that stars in his eyes. Okay, I'm done. Get rid of the Dunda Shoke. It's really quiet. And it was also the audience. You can't feel bad about not dating the audience. The audience is the worst person to have to date when it's just nobody. Hey! I dated the audience! Because I had to turn everybody into a vampire. That was fun. Goofy fun. Hey! I'm not a loser, I'm a wiener! I won that game! Goofy Jackbox, always fun. You know, something I just thought of, something I just remembered that I needed to, ask people is, what's the plan for Friday? Because we finished up Sonic, Generations before I left, and with it being done, don't really have anything particular for next Friday. I mean, on my other extra streams, which I'll probably still do, like, Wednesday and Thursday, I'll try to run through more Disgaea, because I still really, really want to run through that game, because I'm having a lot of fun with Ren Ren and Catgun. And the other characters the story's about. We don't care about them, though. But, specifically for Friday, I don't know what we should do. Because we're open to start something new there. That's a big bee out my window. Sorry. Tangents! Bees. And I could just stream Disgaea all week, but I'm pretty sure people who won't come in on Friday, it's kind of a bad one. No More Time to Explain Remastered? I could do it. I did plan on doing it for when I went on vacation, but that didn't work out because, yeah, recording funds. But back to Monday, Friday Pokemon? I wouldn't be opposed to just doing Monday, Friday Pokemon for a while. Because if there's one thing I'll say is, Pokemon Uranium has been going on what feels like a long time. Like, over a month, I think. Which I guess is to be expected when you're doing only one stream of Pokemon Nuzlocke a week, rather than 2. We're used to getting 6 hours of time in a week versus 3 hours of time. Not to mention, I can't cheat to grind in this. Yeah, I guess. When you say don't die, but we have had some, at least a death almost every stream. So it's not like they're not dying. We are down to 4 Pokemon in the box, 2 of which don't listen to me. And I have had 2 shinies to make up the difference of everything dying. Bullet Seed. So much damage. 3 damage Bullet Seeds. Nope, I am kind of curious as to how long we've been going in on this. And look, it's a primate. I had one of those. It died earlier. Don't worry about it. To blame. Not afraid of your karate chops unless they crit. Which it didn't. Die. How's Misery looking? And does Misery ever evolve at a decent time? Misery's at 25. I'm kind of hoping Misery will evolve, or potentially be able to grind himself sometime soon. Is it a he or a she? Am I a jerk? It's a he. Keep thinking the name Misery because I played Cave Story. It doesn't evolve till 40. Oh, man. It's like the stretch after the gym. To be fair, I also think that Stitch is supposed to evolve, I want to say, at 38. So at the level I should get for the gym, I think he should be evolved. But will I get Stitch to 38? Probably not. I'll probably get him to 37 and then think about it and have already be in the gym battle. On that note, I wonder what Pokemon he's got. Because he's a fire type, I know that much, and I need to be 38. I'm going to assume he's going to have his own Pyroar, whose Pokemon name I can't remember. Infernita, or something like that. Like, it has the word cheetah in it. It's Fire Cheetah. And other fire Pokemon, probably the Farouk. Misery evolves. It becomes depression. That's not how Misery works. When Misery evolves, it becomes... No, we're not going there. When Misery evolves, that means you got over your misery, and now you are... what's the word to say? Ooh, that's what it is when Misery evolves. It turns into a Doug Trio. Misery evolves into having a posse. Nice. Gotta have that posse. Will they have as glorious of hair as a Alolan Doug Trio? And it's raining again. This forest sucks. It's so wildly inconsistent with its rain. I hate it. I have to leave to the last town to heal because the other town doesn't have a Pokemon Center. To be fair, in a normal playthrough would be fine, but considering I can't buy items, it sucks. On that note, I still wish we had Alvin. Because we are starting to run a little bit low on our, you know, healing wares. Oh yeah, Knight, since you're here, I got a question for you, if you wouldn't mind. Like a favor. Could I borrow your PS4 in October to play the game that I'm pretty sure you know what game I want to play on stream because it's slightly spoopy? I figured it'd be a good October game. Which I'll inevitably have issues with streaming of it, but meh. I'll manage somehow. And if you don't want it, then that's also fine. I just figured I'd ask. And I know that's like a month away, but... Warframe decided you burn your... Ah! No, I was asking if I could borrow your PS4... Yeah, PS4 in October. I don't need it necessarily now, because I figure the game on it would be more suited for Spoopy Month. which I can inevitably do bad things in that. What game? I don't know. What game have I been wanting to play on the PS4? That is fairly spoopy. At least if you think about its actual premises, it can be spoopy. No, not Until Dawn. The one from FromSoft Bloodborne, you doof. Until Dawn is a neat game. It is a neat game. Not my kind of game, though. Eh. Like, I'm not all into the pure, that... Until Dawn's the game I'm thinking of, right? The... Crap, now I can't even describe it. But no, not Until Dawn. Bloodburn. That is it. Yep. That's the one I'm thinking of. Not my kind of game. That's a good way to describe it, Knight. It's the butterfly effect game. Not my kind of game-o. Very much, not into super spooky games like that. Actual pure horror games. Not my cup of tea, my dudes. I am what is known as a Class A weenie when it comes to those things. Because, not so much that I get scared, is that games and movies and horror things usually actually have... Usually actually? That sounds stupid. But they have a kind of weird effect on me in that they don't make me scared so much as they just make me very angry and upset. And I don't know why. What was their next game? Was it that, Crap, I can't remember the name of that game. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to try to sound like I know enough about it. I don't know the boots. Man of Medan. Nope, not the game I was thinking of. I can 100%, well, 90% say that I have no idea what that is. I probably have seen it, but like I said, probably sometime in next month. Bite the bug. Also made Cop Game? Oh, random thought, now that you mentioned Cop Game. You can take a crack at Blood. Thank you. That's what I was looking to do. You butthead. But no, mentioning a cop game, that made me think, why aren't there more games where you play as, like, cops? Or not necessarily, like, cops, but law enforcement. Like, you're usually maybe not part of the law enforcement in a game, but you're like a detective or something that's third-party law enforcement, which isn't the same. Because everybody knows they can't go better than Leo Sleep. What happened with that game? I remember seeing it when it was announced and people were hyped. Just breaking the laws. That's a very good point. That is actually a very good point there, Knight. Yeah, Lego Undercover's that game that's felt like everybody was hyped for when it was coming out. But then it came out and gone. Yeah, you gotta be somewhere like Spider-Man to beat me. Yeah, I think it did well, but Lego City Undercover just kind of poofed off my radar, like, after it was released. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the dumb and lost track of things like that. Gonna eat dinner? Go for it. Dread did not predict the death. He did not give me the existential dread of murder and death and pain. But mostly death. But also a bit of pain. Also, I don't make any sense right now. Ignore me! Like, that's just what I do, is I ramble and stuff. Yeah. Really, I feel like I've been getting a little bit worse with that. Like, I tend to ramble and try to extend thoughts longer than they need to be extended, but in before unfortunate crit. Yeah, okay. That's kind of probably what's gonna do me in, is a unfortunate crit. But I'm hoping it doesn't happen while I'm just casually killing everything like this. Also, I want to look at Misery real quick. Misery, you are a lot faster than being a sloth would make you think, but you have higher attack than special attack. Good to know that getting you done to punch was a good idea. You have quick attack. Misery is a sloth, right? I'm not crazy on that? That is a very speedy sloth. Huh. Also has quick attack. Yes, that's the electric part of it coming into play. Speedy sloth. Definitely no Sid. But now I'm just being quiet. Yep. Pyro's got a star next to his name because he's shiny. That's how you can tell when he's shiny, other than the sheen sparkle sparkle effect. I don't think that's actually a thing in most Pokemon games. I think it's a thing here. Maybe I gave him a star? I don't think I did. Because it bugs the heck out of you. It bugs the heck out of me a little bit, too. Just because it's a very poorly pixelated star. Like, it has white pixels on the bottom line of it, as well as in the center of it. It just looks very poor. Maybe I gave him that star. Let me look. Can't do that from here. I think so. Try again. Memory. Nope. That was okay. Yeah, it's just kind of floating there. Like, it's just right over there in the center of the screen. It's not next to his name. Like, it would make more sense if it was between, like, the gender symbol and the, level. Like, just putting it there would make a little bit more sense. What the heck was that? Incinerate? Looked like an explosion. That's where I was thinking it should go, too, is right next to the gender symbol. Oh, what gender he is. What gender is he? Are you a boy or a girl? Thank you, Professor Oak, for not understanding what gender I am. But that I don't know. Make me insecure. I always thought I exuded manliness. What's something else I can ramble about? I already mentioned Fall Guys, and yeah, I might pick that up and give that a run real quick. Probably be terrible at it, but don't think I'll do it on stream unless I really liked it or something of that sort, or I thought it was hilarious. Which it might be hilarious. You identify as a meat popsicle, so you are in fact what we know as a man whore. Got it. Except you melt in the summer. Wait. Don't melt in the summer. It's not a good idea. But, there has to be something else. Still one of your favorite movies? What is? Meat Popsicles? I have no idea what that's a movie of. Goose Bigelow? The male gigolo? Fifth Element? I don't know, for some reason me saying man whore made me think of Deuce Bigelow. Fifth Element. I'll be honest, that's a movie I've seen like 3 times, and every single time, well, both times I rewatched it, I went into it thinking, you know what, I can't not like this movie as much as I think I do. It's my dad likes it, my old brother likes it, and I've heard a lot of good things. Maybe I'm just not enjoying it for some reason. But I sit down and watch, it's like, no, I'm still not enjoying it. Says as a snarky comment. Good job, Bruce Willis. Like, I don't know. Fifth Element's one of those movies that, I don't know, it just doesn't tick the box for me. Which is interesting because it has a lot of the elements that I like to see. I don't know why. I just have bad taste. Never take my taste into account when you're trying to decide an opinion. Let's put it that way. Heck, I'm the guy as a kid who said that he hated pizza. Well, that's because I was a hipster. The worst kind of person. Don't hate pizza because it's not cool. Pizza's yummy. Especially when you're like 10. You eat it anyway because it's pizza. Okay, that's empty. No more Mountain Dew. There was a network error. What? Wait, is the stream still up? My stream exploded just on... Huh. I need confirmation. Did the stream explode? It crashed for a second? Okay, so it's not just me that had it explode. Hello, Pokemon Girl! How you doing? Well, now it's working again for me. Hey, Pokemon Girl! I got, good news and bad news. Good news! I remembered that yesterday was Katniss's birthday. Bad news! I had a migraine and didn't stream yesterday, so I couldn't tell you on the day that it was. See? I can remember some things, even though I forget most things. That just happens. Let's be honest, I am very scatterbrained. Also, I guess I have something that I could talk about that's kind of goofy. I had mentioned over the weekend that I played board games with Dee and his family because it was his sister's birthday and we were playing games on Tabletop Simulator. One of the games we played was a... not remake, but a... reskin of King of Tokyo. And which is, by the way, a fairly fun game. But I've played it like twice, so But what I'm getting at is, in that game, it was funny because I didn't know what I was doing for the most part, and because it was reskinned. Ah, crap! That is a thing I forget things, Pokemon Girl. I'm sorry, but it was reskinned to be King of Hyrule, so it was Zelda themed. It was interesting, but I just grabbed a character at random and rolled with it. And funnily enough, the game was going through. Everyone was starting to get knocked out by losing all their health and losing. And here I was just sitting on the sidelines almost the entire time, not taking over the field to gain extra points, just rolling the dice to get money. Because early in the game, I rolled to get a monster power, or a monster enhancement that made it so the first thing I buy costs 2 less, but then I reveal the next card. If it's odd, the item I bought goes away. If it's even, then I keep it. The first item I bought was something that reduced everything in the shop by 1 money. So I was able to get the first thing I bought for 3 less, and everything beyond that for 1 less. And it didn't explode, so I got to keep it. And the second thing I bought was something that gave me a victory point, which you need 20 victory points to win, every time I bought something from the shop. So it just became, I'm just going to stay out here and get money! And just cycle through the shop. And it was really doofy. I think one of the last items I managed to get before I ended up winning the game was a item that when you take damage, you can instead lose money based on the amount of damage you took. So, not only was I winning by having money, I was also not losing because I had money. Because I had like 1 HP left because I just kept re-rolling everything to try to get more money. Which is not the way you should play that game, by the way. But it was just really funny. It made me laugh. And then we played Uno. Don't play Uno! just saying that now. Uno is the most cutthroat game ever. However, I goofed around on it a lot. Because I played Uno I played it as though I was a character on Yu-Gi-Oh! So there was a lot of me exclaiming stupid things that happened. Animal Crossing? Nice. I have no money because I don't have the game. Although, I've gotten like 100,000 money in Disgaea 4 since we last streamed. That's because in between the stream and now, I spent like an hour and a half just grinding a bunch of characters up to level 20-ish, so that I can unlock all the classes that I could at this point, as well as so that if we do stream it again, I don't run that risk of just random death happening. How are we looking on levels? Pyroar, you're 34. We're fine. I'm done grinding. Forward. We continue. We'll grind as we go. I regret everything. Alien bells. Oh my. You need 100 million bells. And then, I don't know, I was going to make a bad reference. I was like, wait, Mike, why are you trying to make a reference to this? Because you don't, one, watch or read what you're trying to reference, so your reference is going to be bad. Too much life. I want to play Paper Magic again! Wah! I mean, it's been fun playing it on Tabletop Simulator with people, but yeah, I have not... Oh, hello, trainer. Did you call me a puny human? That's adorable. Is that what, Cubfly turns into? Because it's adorable. Both adorable and slightly intimidating, but now it's on fire and dead. Goodbye. Bug. You're also on fire and dead. I breathe on you. I wish Pyroar could get a physical fire move. Oh, so Pyroar's 35. Yay! What the butt is that? Harptera. You still say redo Crystal? Maybe I should. I still don't know what to do on Friday. Any comments like, wow, it's faster than Pyroar. Whoa! Pyroar's pretty quick. But Harptera's pretty fast. No idea what it is, but it's dead now. Whew. Use that repel. I mean, the one thing that I can say about playing Magic on Tabletop Simulator has been nice, just because I can use any deck I want. Don't use this. Well, I won't use as many drugs and Crystal if we do Crystal again. Like I said, I kind of want to just go through all the games chronologically and just maintain a team as I go. And then just deposit all the Pokemon I have left when we get to the next game. Aww! Look at what the Electrobug turns into. It also looks like a dog. Yeah, that's a lot of life gained from that night. That would have been 8 times 3 times 2, so yeah, 48. I am not fighting a spoonery with Pyroar. That would be crazy. I'm gonna punch him with Face Sheep. Would have been over 300. Oh, there are a bunch of dudes too. Yeah, okay, to be fair, Pokemon Girl, most of my Pokemon were drug addicts up until Pokemon Platinum Run 3. Like, until post-Flareon. Flareon was the last Pokemon drug addict I had. Then I stopped. Oh boy. Edgar Markov, I assume. A nymph. You can have the power gem as well! Whoopah! Eat rocks, a nymph. I'm unenthused. Bummer. Alright, let's go. Yours me. And we out. And Flareon was funny. Well, Flareon mutated when it evolved into a Leafeon instead of a Flareon. So I guess you could call that funny. And Flareon was also like the Pokemon of Legends. Did something? Did you draw your entire deck and lose? Alright, back to town. I think I'm going to like burn this berry on Pyroar. Yes. Hello. However, you can get rare items and Pokemon at the trading post in exchange for berry. Ooh. Where's this trading post? Is trading considered shopping? In here? Buy. Huh. Interesting. Oh. Nice. We're working on art today? What'd you end up drawing? Or painting or arting? Wait, so I can buy a Pokemon here? I didn't catch a Pokemon in this town, right? So, unfortunately, there also is only one Pokemon here I can get. Because I have the Firebug to turn into a Farouk. I've had a Spoonery, I've had a Flagger, and I have a Chemical. That leaves us with Herelect. Can I afford a Herelect? 3 purple, 5 green? Yes. Yes, I'll take your Herelect. Diamond Dots, and it was... Ooh. Yes, I want to get a nickname to Herelect. Look at that dude, he got a light bulb button. It's Diamond Dots. I feel like it's something I should know. Oh, that's what it's... Okay. Ooh. Also, wheel. We need to decide who gets to name the Herelect. I'm actually surprised we got all 3 bugs. So I see Pokemon Girl, Night Dervin. Okay, I can see that being a problem with them then. Because they seem like the thing that'll get into your carpet and never come out. Anybody else here other than Knight and Pokemon Girl that wants a chance to name this, Herelect? 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 Hairy legs. This light bulb ant. Ant bulb. He's very cute. I love the 3 bugs. Like, more than a little bit, I love these 3 bugs. I wish these 3 bugs had a concept in the main games as much. So far, they are the Pokemons that I wish did. It doesn't seem like anybody else is here. Look, I didn't use the numpad, so we didn't get this to happen.
No way! I can't believe this!
I can't hear it. Did you guys hear that? Weird. And I remembered Katniss's birthday. Nope. And let's see who gets the name. I feel like that's quiet too. Yeah, maybe I just turned things down. Alright, is it? Pokemon Girl! You're so white. I don't know. That was very close. That was right on the line. Well, Pokemon Girl, seems like you get to name the Herelect. We didn't get a Pokedex entry on this. Hold on a second. We need to know about Herelect. Pokemon, Uranium. Herelect. Also, I guess I need to open up its image, too. Katniss looked at you. Huh? Look at what are you watching? Let's see. Wiki, tell me what it says. Does it just have a Pokedex entry spot on the wiki? Oh. Its shiny form is purple, though. Oh, there's Pokedex entry. Herelects gather near sources of electricity and therefore are drawn to human dwellings and power plants. They can plug their antenna into a wall socket to recharge. Nice. Hans? Mr. Hans. He's a little Hansy, if you know what I mean. Nah, I'm sorry. You can all be upset about that joke. Let me open up... Ooh. Herelect. Picture is so flippin' cute. I love these bugs. Even in their official art pictures, they're like dogs or cats or something. Adorable. Alright. Got him. Yep, Hans is the bad guy from the first Frozen movie. I actually knew that. Okay. Thank you. Can I buy that scope lens still? Oh, fudge. I could buy another expert belt. Or a expert belt, sure. Yes, give me that expert belt. I wish I had one more green berry. Oh well. It's fine. Am I allowed to buy items and trade? Do I get to trade for items? Even though it's not buying items? I'd totally get a few hyper potions, and by that I mean 4. Or am I not allowed to even do that? I mean, 4 is a lot. Maybe I shouldn't. The only reason I say that is because then I would be able to heal up here rather than having to run back. I do only have enough to do it once. No? Okay. Fair enough. I got a solid no. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason I saw this fire on this pole right here, and it made me think it was like a dancing chicken or something. Don't ask. My brain is dumb. Hello, old man. It's always raining here. I mean, sometimes. Your rain is inconsistent, sir. Eco? Hello. Isn't here, in fact. He hasn't returned since he went to the forest. Oh. Deeper levels of ant hell. Sure. That was like a dancing wormhole. Maybe? Alright, still no healings here. Don't take your bug Pokemon. Well, I'm not going there with a bug Pokemon. There's this cornberry. It's purple corn. Berries. Bug spray. I guess I don't have to use it. Maximum repels. But when you need that maximum strength, just go away bug power. Ah, fudge. Goes me. And the berries are back. Which ones did I need for that? It was the greenish ones, right? Berries, 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 berries. That does not look tasty. And if the foe special attack lands, foe also takes. That's interesting. Bakus are the ones that I needed, I think. I like this color. So not those green, but a different greenish yellow color. Alright, back into ant hell. Excuse me, sir. I believe the ants were hanging out over here. Hello. Eat bug spray, ants! Looks like you made them angry. Oh. Oh, hey, a hole. And an item. Super Rapples. Whee! She comes, oh. Okay. His name is Roach. Let's kill Mr. Roach. Just burn his boogs. Bug booners. Boog burners. What am I going to use against this gym now that I think about it? Because technically, nobody on my team is super effective to fire except for Misery. And Misery is a little bit, low level. Does this guy have all 6 Pokemon? Wow. Overachiever much? Using Katniss stretch. Well, Katniss is a cat. And it was her birthday yesterday, so yeah, she can stretch however she wants. Extreme speed. Too fast for you. Apparently not fast enough though. But there goes 36 HP. Frickin' Farouk and their Nightshade. Their deadly Nightshade. Now, I can't help but always think that Nightshade should poison. Even though technically that doesn't make much sense, it's just the fact of what Nightshade is. But as a move, it doesn't make sense. Why did you not start with Spawnery, weirdo? Silly cats. Don't worry about it. Cats will stretch how they want to stretch. You know, cats are like nature's slinkies. They just stretch and go, Switch and go. Switch and go. And then they bite me for doing that to them. Ilechobo! Hey, sheep shoots. Electro. Pew pew pew. Roach. Ah, she's coming for me! Are you talking about me? She's coming, she's awake, mother is Roach? You're weird. Roach is a weirdo. Let it be known. You're probably just as weird as Roach, so I don't want to deal with you, buddy. Maximum. Wait, I have... Oh, I only have one super repel. That's right. Picked it up. I go down that hole, how do I get back? So hungry. Are you okay, little Timothy? Ant? I don't think he's okay. You can see what cats I'm allergic to? I've looked into trying to see if I'm allergic to hypoallergenic cats, and I am. It sucks. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Extreme speed. And now Pyroar's gotta come out of the front. He's starting to fall a little bit low HP-wise. And... let's put... Hermituar in front, I guess. What? Got you. Let me guess, you're like keto? Ah! He's a mosquito. Or he's a taquito. Yeah, I've talked about looking into cats. I would like a cat. It's just... I am very allergic to cats. I've tried. Hey boy, I've tried. It just doesn't work out for me, unfortunately, which is sad. Oh yeah, it's bug type. That's not super effective. Oopsie. It would crab hammers. Ah, okay, that was a crit. I was gonna say, wow! That was low damage for that. 4 damage. You know, I always say, I like cats just because they're nice to have around. Oh, I missed my crab hammer. I missed my crab hammer again. Why do I use moves that have 90 accuracy? Don't I know better? 90 accuracy, in truth, translate to never hit. Ugh. Get out of here, taquito. I need to get an air can to clean the PS4. Don't worry, I have an air can. If that's the case, I could easily do it. Okay, let's actually give one to Pyroar. I don't think Hermituar is a good one to have in the front right now, because of all the boogs. Any thrilling event? Yes! We bought a Pokemon with berries! That's pretty eventful, right? Let's put Stitch up front. Stitch is fire type, and poison type resist the boogs. I must fight for mother. Man, you kids and your mother. Mantis. You all have dumb names too. Just saying. I don't mean to be offensive, but your name is stupid. I'm probably being very offensive. Big is neutral. Just Flame Burst, I guess. Bam. Nice! Stop with the nightshades! Jeez. Also, how come that only dealt 32 damage? Oh, it deals damage equal to your level, not target's. Okay. Ah! Please do. You are what we know as not funny. I asked if I could buy items with Barry because it's called a trading post, but I was told no mic bad, so I didn't. I just wanted to get some hyper potions It's because I wanted to be able to have hyper potions to heal in this area that doesn't have a Pokemon Center. So it kind of sucks. I mean, maybe if I didn't kill Alvin, we'd be fine with potions. Poor Alvin. Got us an item every single battle. I still managed to kill him. Thunder shoot. Unfortunately, moon lasers! In this case, moon rocks. Space Sheep has the power of moon rocks. Or power gems. Your call. I think they're moon rocks. How you doing, dude? I live to serve the Great Mother. I guess. Hey, you! Over here! What? That's a lot of bugs. Barry says give me money. Unless you're a goat. How's it going, dude? Sure. Not a very good first impression, my bud. That is a lot of bugs. Good thing I have that super fancy bug spray. Good to feel the air flowing down there again. Bye. Need has never seen a man in a skirt. Okay. No judgment. No judgment, Tico. You do what you do. Oh dear. I think she's... She who? The mother? Secamator? It's a tomato! The bug's queen. She only wakes up once every few years, but when she does, she's hungry. Oh boy. And angry. Oh. And don't even think about trying to catch her. I don't know what they would do, but I suspect it's impossible anyway. Good to tell me that. Thank you, the dude. It's Bug. I think I'm gonna go with Miko. Yeah. Miko. Must face Secamator. Secamator! It's Tomato! Hello, Tomato Bug. Scream! He's going to attack! That's a different bug's cry. What was that? I think that was Vespiquen's cry, actually. Level 40. Well, how about I give you an aerial ace? I mean, that makes sense for it to have defend order. Probably also attack order now that I think about it. Ew. Poison Fang, try to get it. Yep. Stram dies again. No! Look, it's Giratina. It's Bugatina. It's actually just Poison Fang and hope for poisoning. Because if it's going to spam defend order, we're in trouble! Okay, in case you're wondering what that alternate evolution I mentioned the three bugs can turn into, it's that thing. Like I said, it's really neat that they could turn into the queen. There it is, toxic. Take that, Tomato Bug! Just because you stole the cry of Vespiquen does not mean that I fear you. Although your level 40 Nightshade is actually scary. It does a lot of damage. Oh boy. Is the stream still dead? Mine's still dead too. Fudge! It's the second time it's happened. I wonder what this is gonna do to the stream VOD. Weird. Yeah, keep buffing your defense, Tomato Bug. You're poisoned, you die in like 2 turns from now. Yep, next turn you die. Alright, let's switch to someone else. Let's go Stitch. Stitch resists bug as well, doubly so. And even if it's Nightshade, Stitch has over 40 HP and we'll be fine. That poison will kill it. Aha! I don't care about your deadly Nightshade. You're dead. And Stitch gets full experience. Totally not the intention there. Night has been on for 5 months! I mean, you've known me longer than 5 months, but you haven't been in the stream longer than 5 months. By the way, thank you for the sub. And you got Hyper Slam. Hyper Slam. Goodbye, Secatomator. Apparently, it left jelly. I got the royal jelly. Hooray! Let's go before they try to avenge their mother. So wait, catching it would make them extremely angry, but killing it wouldn't? I'd mince words. I am Queen Bee. I have royal jelly. I mean, can I just have the badge? Yes, my name is Mountain Dew. I just realized, pour Mountain Dew on the concrete outside and you'll attract ants. Probably not a good place to go there. I am now the Queen Bee. Bye, Tico. I can't wait to see you in your skirts glory. Oh, I have to run. I'm gonna check every building in the town now. Somewhere has to heal me somehow. Hello? Goes on about Annabelle. One time, he almost got abducted. Oh my. No. Pokemon has all the logic. Especially fan games. I mean, come on. We don't have electricity. Good for you. Heal my Pokemon. Nope. Wait, I saw a bed. Can I sleep in that bed? I mean, bed. Yeah. I don't want to have to run all the way back. What's this sign say? Wow, you found this place. Good job. Thank you. The old man likes the rain. I think the Pokemon Coatlith was legendary? Well, what's Coatlith? Aww. I'm gonna eat all their... Well, I already break into people's house and sit on their chairs. Look, it's not raining again. You say something different now that it's not raining? Nope. You want his dances? Nope. Some of us still use apricorns to catch your Pokemon. Cool. Hello. Doesn't have a PC, drat. Okay, good for you. No PC, no Mart. Well, it sucks to be you. This is the sound of a Pokemon Center. Yes! Thank you, Miss, for letting me sleep there, apparently. Ooh, item. Hooray for Fling, I guess? That is a fancy gym. Hello. Hello, hello! It's Tico. He's dancing, blazing with a skirt. If you watch long enough... Nah, don't worry about it. Yes, he does quite like skirts. They show off his calves quite nicely. Really? But that's just the end of her? Want to see what picture? I'm good for pictures. Alright. Who's in front? Miko? Oh, no, we don't need Miko in front. I want... Stitch? Stitch. Stitch has Dig. Boop. I have to fight trainers. Aw, man. At least I know I can heal now. Never much of a dancer. I mean, you look like you could dance. You look like you could dance just fine, Din. Oh, hey, it's Flager. I had one of those. Then I chucked a rock at it. As this gym puzzle seems very easy. Hee-hoes. The bites don't scare me. Check Discord. You got it. One sec. Let me get a drink. Wait, did he switch Pokemon just to get hit by Dig? I flinched and couldn't move. And now I diggy hole. Alright, hold on. Ooh. That's a good picture. Why is he doing that? It's annoying. See if I can... boop. Aha! See? It's a real good picture. Very nice looking. Like, seriously. That looks real good. Dark Pulse. Stop it with the hitting and the ouchies, Flagger. Game really likes the meow sound. And we are not trying again. Do a picture again real fast? Sure. Still looks nice. Doesn't matter what it is, it still looks nice. Hold on. And boop. There you go. And then poof. Wow, that was so fast. I don't even know what it did. I wasn't paying attention. Was that quick attack? Might have been quick attack. Ow! Playing Mario Party 1 and see? Ah. Hey. See? Other people think you did a good job too, Pokemon girl. Good picture. Ow. Ow. It's Jalip. It's a jalopy! Quick! Face sheep! Punch it in the face! We need to beat down this old jalopy until it works. Pelage? Well, Pelage, I got bad news for you. Thunder Punch. Probably Pokemon. Oh, yeah. I was looking at that, I was like, huh. Oh, I know that's what I meant when I said that. And making everybody jealous of your work, Pokemon girl. Hit it with a Lecho Ball. Whoopah! Why am I faster than this Pelage? Not faster than the other Pelage. Oh well. Did it even do anything? Just wanted to show me. Ah. I saw it, and it was good. Puzzle too hard, I quit. Oh, I get that. I'm just gonna go heal. Screw it. I was thinking, you know what? Let's go a little bit further and see what happens. Like, you know what? No. I'm at half health. We're going, and the Pokemon quote-unquote center is right here. It's not that there was no Pokemon Center here. There was no PC here. To get spoiler. Mega Evolutions! Infected with the nuclear power. Are we going to charge up Face Sheep like Ash did Pikachu versus Brock? I'd be okay with Mega Evolutions. I know that 2 of my Pokemon can Mega Evolve. I don't know if any of my other ones can. Oh, hey! I remember you! You died in my second run. Like, immediately. Or was that this run? Oh, wait, no, that was this run. You died immediately in this run, Raptorch. You and you're like one of 3 Pokemon that have animation. Ow, 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 ow! Ow? Itch? Itch don't like earthquakes. Seem to have a severe weakness to earthquakes. Just saying. Extreme speed! Poor Stitch! My cute little Chimera dude! F's in the chat for Stitch. Or extreme speed! Stitch evolved in like 3 more levels. It's very sad. Just trying to quickly, with extreme speed, finish up this battle. Butts. Well? You're a jerk. You're a Raptorch with Earthquake. Why do you have a starter with Earthquake? Jerk. Does it evolve into like a Fire Ground and I'm dumb and didn't know? I don't have a PC here. Ah. Well. Water electric, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we gotta run back to the nearest Wi-Fi connection. Oh. No more alpha references. No. No Power Rangers. They do that. Wanted to see what he turned into. He's so cute. He probably becomes like a lion snake thing. And then when if it evolves again, it becomes a giant lion snake thing. And then it mega evolves into a snake lion thing. I fought you already. I don't care. Or you. Huh. You know, this really does make me think. I do have a severe weakness to ground at the moment. What do I want to do about that? Manticores? Oh, it's a Chimera. It looks like the ultimate Chimera from Earthbound. By that, I'm not Earthbound, but Mother. Mother Tree, if I remember correctly. The one with super heavy emotional things going on. Where, Earthbound was not as heavy. Also, Earthbound didn't have smooching mermaids. Or oxygen dispensers. But meh. I mean... there's only one Earthbound, but there are 3 mothers. And one of them is Earthbound.
No more Stitch. Stitch is dead. Rip Stitch. A cute little Stitch.
And his little snake friend on his tail that just kind of looked there and was like, ah, dude, I don't think this is a good idea. We really shouldn't do that, dude. Aw. Poor Stitch. He's so cute, though. Look at his big old eyes. And his doofy snake. Bye, Stitch. Maybe shouldn't have gotten hit with Earthquake, yeah. Yep. That is a fair thing to say. I did not watch the direct. The only thing I saw... Whoa, level 30. You're already pretty up there. I'm gonna take you. Wow, they're both level 30. That kind of sucks. But... still weak to ground. No, Bug's not weak to ground. You know what? Fine. We'll bring Cheek Slap. Leave Hans in the box. This Bug Bretta. But, no, I didn't see the direct. The only thing I saw from the direct in my YouTube feeds was that Untitled Goose Game is going to have co-op on the Switch. And, as I said earlier in the stream, that seems great. Yeah, Electric's weak to ground, but Bug's resistant to ground, Knight. Come on! Get your head in the game! The Bug Electric, dude. Ground ain't do nothing. It is? Yes. To be fair, I'll be completely honest here. The only reason I know that, at least off the top of my head at this given moment, is because I used a ground move on one of those bugs in this stream. And that made me go, oh yeah, Bug's resistant to ground. I think I specifically used that. I used Dig on it, so. What did I bring on the team? Oh yeah, it was, Dunsparce. We should probably get the EXP share now. Dunsparce, you are Gen 2, I wanna say? Or are you Gen 3? No, you're Gen 3, right? Dunsparce. Dunsparce, nope. Dunsparce, nope. Dunsparce, nope. Dunsparce. Where are you, Dunsparce? Are you Gen 3? Are you... You're not Gen 4, I don't think. I'm very stupid. Great, I'm looking this up. Dunsparce is 2? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm just blind. There's all the unknowns. There's Dunsparce hiding out all the way over on the far side. That is a tiny picture. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. Ah. I want to buy a new character, but I can't find someone selling her. Oh god, Warframe's a slave market! No, I'm kidding. Alright. Now all of a sudden I'm very hungry. Which is weird, I ate frickin' dinner, man. Stomach, stop being dumb. Is that a relevant quote? I mean, come on! I thought we were at least getting slightly relevant quotes. Not me just bashing a game I haven't played since beta. And my stream exploded on my window again. There was a network error. Please try again. Error number 2000. Huh. Exploded for you. Wow. Twitch, what are you doing? Because I know it's 100% Twitch's fault, because according to OBS, I haven't dropped a single frame. Huh. What are you running Twitch on? Are you running it on anything special? Like a mobile device, on your PC, on a Roku, something like that? Web browser? What web browser? Chrome? Mine's on Chrome as well. Weird. Excuse me, little Timmy. Of course there's one more dude blocking the way. Why is Warframe a slave? Because you're trying to buy a lady. Sounds like a slave market to me. Let's go with Phase Sheep. Because I can Rock Blast. And by that I mean Power Gem everything. See if you can counter my blazing... I don't have counter. Nor do I have Mirror Move. Sir, Chemical? Hey, he's gonna be fine. Also, are you making fun of me because my Chemical just died? Jerk. Wow, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm with Dragoon here. That doesn't exactly make it better. It's not a whole person, it's just like their arms, their legs, and maybe their head. It sounds like a serial killer at that point. Some sort of black market slaving rig. And just so you know, I am 100% joking. He's got 3 more Pokemanners. You got antidotes? I got tons of antidotes. There's one thing I got, it's antidotes. I would like to thank Alvin for that one. Dude gave me 83 billion antidotes. Your flagger? Well, too bad for your Farouk. I have gems! They are truly, truly outrageous. Wouldn't you say? Was outrageous. Truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. Okay, I'm done. Products, chassis, and blueprints. So the body, the brain, and the nervous system. Got it. Some crazy stuff that you gotta buy there, my dude. Yes, I know. Yeah, just in case you're wondering, I am still just making fun of you. Spending the next thing. Wow. Making zombies now! Nah, you're fine. You don't need Slash. I'd rather have Quick Attack than Slash. That's how I get, little TiVo. Oh, come on! I hate you, jerk. Raymond and his Farouk. Trying to get them big combos when he uses his Farouk. It gets more gems, which are still outrageous. Truly, truly outrageous. Yeah, I have a vague idea of the plot of Warframe back from when it was in beta. Which is actually a game that I've been asked if I would like to play with somebody before, and I turned it down because I just have bad memories of beta. It wasn't a bad game, it was just very linear, would be a way to put it. You do your mission, and there's only one way to do every mission, and that's kill everything. End of story. Which, meh. It was also kind of the reason why I stopped liking Payday. Payday 2 was because every mission started to remove its ability to do other things for a while. Then they fixed it, but then they ruined it, but then they fixed it, and then, yeah. Let's go. Payday 2. The game in which I will forever know the quote, "Don't be dumb." Because one of the quotes the character will say when you're yelling at the hostages is they will just say that. And we had it just freak out and say only that for an entire mission. It was funny. Yeah. I mean, I will not say that Warframe's a bad game. It can't be as popular as it is if it was a bad game. But that doesn't mean that it's a game that I would enjoy playing too much. Okay, Jim. Okay, Jim, we're gonna go in deep, man. What do we got? You've got the King's Rock, Quick Claw, Lucky Egg. You don't need the Lucky Egg anymore. Pyroar, you're my highest level Pokemon. You definitely do not need the Lucky Egg right now. What can I give Pyroar? Expert Belt? Nah, that doesn't help. I have Charcoal, right? Yeah. That won't help in this gym, but how about a Razor Fang? Bam. Ah. I don't even remember which one you're talking about. Got Poison Barb. Obviously, that's how you do. Alright, I think that's as good as I can get with what I've got. What about TMs? Twitch blew up again. Twitch, stop blowing up! Yeah, it's blowing up again. It's just super lagging on me. What do I got for TMs? Water Pulse. Can anybody learn Water Pulse? Hermituar can, but no. Your special attack is what we know as Blight. No. Sunny Day, no. Giga Drain, no. No. Dig. Cheek Slap can? Well, yeah, Cheek Slap's level 17, though. Pyroar can dig. Sure. You can have dig instead of Smokescreen. Just if we run into another Pokemon with Earthquake, you will die. Double Team, Aerial Ace. I expect at least a Firebug. So Aerial Ace, maybe I should look if somebody can learn it, but I don't think anybody on my team currently can. Secret Power? No, I'm thinking Ancient Power. Oops. Nope. Infestation. Alright. Let's do it, Tico. Hello, Mountain Dew. Thank you for not letting me die. It would have been very unpleasant. I would have had eggs implanted in my skull while I was still living. And okay, I'm done with that. Have a nice battle with the Dancer Man. Tico, the Master Dancer, will test your mettle. Technically, I don't have any steel types, dude. Screw it, we'll let the normal music play. He looks very chill. Like, seriously. Also, his face is very flat. Lige. Face Sheep's fine against Lige. Now that you saved me against death, I will commit the murder. Come on, Face Sheep, you got this. Don't flinch. Nice. Gems! They are outrageous! Truly they are. Baroque! You would like some gems? Because they are still outrageous! Bam! I'm okay with how this gym fight's going so far. Going fantastic. Kaimakonda. Aww. I like it. What Stitch would have turned into. Rip Stitch. It's poison fire, it's only... Okay, it's faster than me, that's a problem. Whoo, Nelly! There's also not a small amount of damage. That, however, was a lot less than I was hoping for. I should survive a hit. Let's just hit it with Power Gem. Okay, we're good. Where's Am? It's not enough to kill it because half is not... Oh, never mind, crit! Take that, Kaimakonda! Stitch is dead, so I'll never get you, but rip to you. That was a pretty good... Woo! J? It's your PJs! It's also 4 times weak to rock. Huh. I'm more tempted to just hyper potion it up, yo. It's Pidgey! It's Super Pidgey! Honestly, I like what it looks like. It looks really neat for a Firebird. Sorry, Pidgey, but Pidgeys don't like rocks, especially gems. They are still outrageous. It's Mega Evolution Pidgey, not Pidgeot, but Pidgey. Inflagata! I have one of those. Inflagata. Unfortunately for you, Inflagata, I have more power gems! Ow. And a crit for overkill. Could you even tell it was a crit? If it didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known. Bam. Take that, Inflagita. Inflagita. How about some more gems? Ow, 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 ow! That wasn't a crit. Honor battle! You will now face yourself, but not as shiny! It's not as purple as you. Therefore, it must die. Extreme speed! Whoop-ah! Take that, Inflagita. You can't beat Pyroar. Pyroar is purple. That means he's immediately better than you. Everybody knows purple's a better color than orange. And the orange is pretty good, too. Killed. Why won't we ever get a Mega Ampharos in its glorious hair? And now you surf outside a battle. Well, I don't have Surf. But I now have Overheat. A special attack for my physical attack fire Pokemon. I like Overheat. Go and heal real quick. I'll be honest, I did not expect that speedy fire attack to kill me at half health. Also, that gem went, other than the unpredictable amount of damage that I took at the end there, leading to death of Face Sheep, I was going to say that gem was going very smoothly. And truthfully, if we can ignore the fact that he died, did go... Hey! I beat Sheldon, he was easy. Good for you, Teddy. But I'll catch up. Great Bambino came to see you. Oh. Aww. Teddy! Yeah. Teddy, I have dead Pokemon on my team. Now's not the time. Sabaloo. Like Sableye, but Sabaloo. You're dead, Face Sheep. I'm just going to burn my turns. Can I just blank with antidotes? Yep. I figured it'd let me blank with antidotes. The games usually let you waste your antidotes that way. Nice, easy way. As long as it doesn't buff itself, then this is perfectly fine. We can ignore that Face Sheep was still alive. We're just giving Theodore a chance to feel like he's important, you know? So he can be like, yeah, look at me, I killed one of his Pokemon! Face Sheep is zombie type. Face Sheep, the undead type. Alright, it was a water ground, so... Hermitoir. Shoot it with your bullet seeds! Oops. Bullet seeds! Bang bang! Bam, 1 bullet. Nearly dead. 2 bullets! Very dead. Now what do you got? Spritzy? That's a fairy type, dude. That doesn't stand a chance against bullet seeds. Pew pew. 5 bullets. Ah, butts. Wait, why didn't it do anything? Did it do something and I just didn't notice? I'm so confused. You know, Teddy, Theo, let me talk to you clear here. When you're in a Pokemon battle, your Pokemon, I don't know, battle? You just don't throw them out there to get bullet seeded to death. Splendifowl! He's so bad, he's not even getting any turns. Yeah, that sounds like Theo. Let's go to Pyroar. Oh, this rain kind of sucks. Yeah, slash. Pyroar's fine. I'm gonna hit you with extreme speed. Too fast. Kablam. Air slash means nothing to Pyroar. Because Pyroar is extreme speed! The game has previously had issues when it comes to NPCs attacking. Hero loot? Is that what that thing turns into? I have no idea what this is. Looks like it might be like ground fighting? Maybe fighting something? Either way, fighting. It is ground. Good. Hermitoir do not care about your ground. Also don't care about if you're fighting. Hermitoir going to hit you with bullet seeds. Pew, 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 pew. Honestly, the game might glitch out because of bullet seed plus quick claw. Might go and say, hey, something's wrong here. Yep, definitely fighting-ish. Well, unfortunately for your hero loon, it gets bullet seeds. Bullet seed. Too much bullet seed for you. And your Metalinks. Break, break! Break that Metalinks. Because truthfully, the metal on it does not match the rest of the game. Ah, that was a crit? Never mind. Stablam! Break its bricks. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It's trying to calculate, like, Quick Claw plus the multi-hit, and it's just screwing something up. Get out of here, Metalinks. You're way too shiny! You don't match the pixel art of the rest of us. It's not fair! Too bad for you, Teddy. Like it's the first time I've lost anyone. Here, sir. Wow. He's not crying? They told you to get... Wow. Take the shortcut out of the forest. There's a shortcut? Ooh. Bye, Teddy. Have a good day. Yes. Koopus. Let's go back and heal real quick, and I think those Koopu berries were what I needed so that I could buy the scope lens. Meow. Route 10, north of it, surf on the bridge. Got it. Good point, I should do that. Butternuts. I got one berry from that. Alright, Phase Sheep, you are still very dead. We'll put Cheek Slap in for— No, I won't. That would be stupid. I do think I'm going to take the XP share from Misery, give it to Cheek Slap. Zombie type is not a thing. If you is dead, you is dead. So my recommendation, don't become the dead. Because once you are that for good. Also, I think Misery is going in front for now. The Misery's 33. He can take care of himself for a little bit, right? Right? Maybe? Heal me, please. I have a Pokemon. I have to go and lay to rest. Because if I don't, it's probably going to start to stink here sometime soon. Also, it's not raining again. Town is so wildly inconsistent. By the way, I like how the game gives you surf after the gym. I'll assume the shortcut's probably if you surf somewhere. Let me see. Surf? Can anybody surf? No. Good to know. I'm landlocked. I don't have a water Pokemon in the box either, do I? Huh. Well... I guess... Hermituar cannot surf. Why would Hermituar be able to surf? Crabs don't swim. Crabs sink to the bottom and walk. Did I miss it? Yeah, he can't swim, not able. What does he look like? A Rhydon? Jeez. He's not Generation 1, where your rock Pokemon can surf. Or, what's the other one that we had? He's not a Rampardos. Or Cranidos. Like, what? Or Charizard. Could Charizard learn Surf? That also wouldn't surprise me. Gen 1 was really dumb in that way. If you're ever wondering if your Pokemon can learn a move from a TM, first thing to ask yourself, is it Generation 1? If yes, then the answer is probably. Especially if it's a normal type. If it's a normal type Pokemon from Generation 1, the answer to your question is yes, it can, in fact, learn it. Because I swear, normal types in Gen 1 can learn almost everything. There's some very specific moves. Charizard could fly, but dude's only like 4.5 feet tall. Dude's tiny. How he fly with me? I believe a Pidgey more than that. At least Pidgey is a bird. I trust my bird types more than my wish it was still a salamander Pokemon. Freaking not a dragon. Should have stayed a salamander. Much hate. Again, not hate, just drives me nuts. Ooh. That I also believe. Well. True story here. Face Sheep, you did phenomenal in the gym. Like, absolutely fantastic. She killed, what? Out of all of his Pokemon, all but his last one? And even his last one, I will bet that the damage that she took was only just barely enough to kill her by, like, no more than 5 HP. But unfortunately, it was enough to kill her. Bye, Face Sheep. We'll never get to see your glorious locks of hair. So we've got Hans and Dugant. Hans or Dugant? Well, we lost 3 total. Honestly, I don't think bringing any of them is a good idea for now, just because we need to find a Pokemon that could surf anyway. But, for now, I think that'll just about do it for the night. I hope everybody had a good time. Let's see, and boop. I hope everybody had a nice time. Everyone's dying. We're down to 2 usable Pokemon in the box, one of which is going to come on the team, leaving us with 1 usable Pokemon, 2 nuclear Pokemon, hopefully another catch, which will probably be a water type, if I can get a water type, with a fishing pole or some crap. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Because I need someone that can surf. We're probably going to have to just catch a random Pokemon to surf. Otherwise, if you want to show up tomorrow or Thursday, I should, no promises for tomorrow at least, be streaming more Disgaea 4 on the Switch. We can follow the quest of Renren and Catgun and see how they go, along with the other main characters. Nobody cares about them, though. Otherwise, Friday, as it stands right now, I might do more Pokemon. That's the highest top thing. Not that this guy, or if somebody has a better idea, we'll do that. Otherwise, I hope you had fun, and I hope you have a great night. See you next time, everybody.